Ladies and gentlemen, my guest this week.
Joining me in studio is Main Stage Wrestling and Over the Top Wrestling head referee Niall Fox. Niall, thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, you've been involved in wrestling one way or another for a while now. So what first got you involved with pro wrestling?
I got involved in wrestling when I was 16. I'd seen a few advertisements on what was still on the TV at the time, the Wrestling Channel.
Mm-hmm.
Advertisements for a school in Baldoyle, Irish Whip Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, that seems like I could do it. Then I have to be like at least 16 to join it. So my brother-in-law, he decided to go down, and he was there for a little while, but eventually I turned 16 and he said, do you want to come down one day, just see what you think of it? Went down and I just started training from then. Had trainers there, just fucking show me the ropes, beat me up a bit. As you do with a new kid, just like. But it was hard but fun.
So what have your experiences been like as a pro wrestler and then wrestling for different promotions?
For different promotions, obviously you get used to using to working with different lads, like different styles. So it's the same way how it is in America. People travel. They constantly work with different people in order to get better and know what to do in certain situations. But I've always enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed going to new places and trying new things, seeing how they work, better progress myself.
And what personas and characters did you portray as a pro wrestler? Were you just yourself, or did you have any particular theme at the time?
Well, when I first started, I was the promoter there at Irish Whip. He just took one look at me, and I was wearing mostly black. I had really long blonde hair, and he just said to me, your name's Malachy Magpie.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know why. I actually laughed like that. But
that's
sure enough,
when you think about it, that's a strange thing.
It is a strange thing, but I didn't realise at the time. It was like, I'm wearing all black, and my kick pads are white. And I was just like, now I see it. All I was missing was just a little bit of blue. But no, it just became a running joke as well, because I went out as Malachy Magpie, did that for one or two matches. Then after that, people just started taking the piss and saying changing the name. So I went from being Malachy Magpie to Malachy Magpie, Malachy Magpie. It kept going on. Then eventually I was just slapped with a mask and just said, here, you're in a mask now. Alright, what am I being called? Space Cadet.
So of course you're not wrestling at the moment. So you're not a competitive wrestler at the moment. So in your time when you were wrestling, what would you consider your highlights?
My highlights, I would say, like, my highlights was being able to work with some of the best that are in the country at the moment. I mean, I thank God for them. They made me look much better than I ever am. But I got to work the likes of Luther Ward, Sean Maxer, Ballymun Bruiser, Bingo Balance, Irish Dragon. There was loads of people that I got to work with over the course when I was wrestling. And there's so many more that I would love to work with again now, because the talent pool has gotten so much better in the last few years.
Absolutely. Of course, nowadays you're the head referee for both Over the Top Wrestling and Main Stage Wrestling, both here in Dublin. How did you end up becoming a pro wrestling referee?
I became a referee because I was wrestling under a mask. I was doing the Space Cadet gimmick. So because I was doing that, they would have me double booked, where I would either wrestle in the first half and referee the second half, or wrestle in the first half. Likewise, the opposite way around. But I got thrown in the deep end with doing that because there was no one else. And then eventually, as I gradually went away from wrestling, I found myself doing more referee work. So I was thrown into the deep end by just doing outlandish situations to deal with. Like whether we crowds start getting very rowdy, or kids causing a ruckus, or lads probably not doing what they're told. But No, I learned to get better. And eventually I just kept getting asked to do it, and I'm constantly booked for it.
It's cool.
So, which is a good thing.
What do you feel now? You've been how long have you been refereeing now for, give or take?
4 or 5 years.
So in those 4 or 5 years now, of what you've learned, what do you feel are the most important credentials to be a pro wrestling referee?
I think it really helps if you've been a wrestler,
Mm-hmm.
because you learn how spots move, how things work in a match. You learn how spots work, where to be, where not to be. You learn how to talk to the guys in the ring and know what to do. And by constantly working with people, you're going to learn their moveset and know, alright, this has to happen. And then,
That makes sense. Is there any particular matches that you'd find more challenging to referee than the standard ones, such as a tag team match or a ladder match, to name it, or something like that?
6-man tags are a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Anything over the usual tag match scenario is usually very difficult. Triple threats can be very difficult. What was the most awkward one I've had to do was the 6-way ladder match, OTT.
Okay.
It was for the Money in the Bank at the time.
The one that Pete Ward's done, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one.
I thought there was only 3 people in that, actually, because so shows what I know. And what made it awkward was just because there were so many people and you had to keep an eye on the ladder, or
so many, because normally, like, for matches I'd be in the ring, but for this one I had no choice but to stay out. And normally I don't mind that, it means I'm safe, but it's the fact that, like, if stuff is gonna happen, like a big spot, there has to be someone there just to kind of support them in the process, just in case, because it is, we try to keep each other safe, even though we're trying to kill each other in the ring. But
of all the wrestlers you've refereed for, who do you find are the best communicators in the ring, and why?
I believe it or not, I find the best communicators are the likes of Paul Tracy, Luda Ward, the Fabulous Nicky, the reason, Paddy Morrow, and a good point in time there's also the Kings of the North. They're very good communicators because they're willing to actually ask and find out, right, how long do we have left, or check him, is he okay? It's so much handier if they're actually willing to talk to me rather than me just standing there and not knowing what to do.
Yeah. So it helps a whole bit. Like if
it
someone
helps everyone in the long run.
Yeah.
If, like, they can communicate, and I find that they're the ones that communicate with me the most on shows.
Absolutely. So you probably refereed, as I said, like a handful of matches, like really a lot at this stage in the 4 years you've done it. What were your favorite matches to wrestle, and why? And is it helping if it's a match where it would be a very good communicators involved, such as the Paul Tracy or Luda Ward's?
It helps if they're really good communicators. It does make it so much easier. But I've had where people don't even communicate to me at all, and they turn out to be really good. They just go so smoothly. Like, anytime we have the British lads come over, they're absolutely a spectacle to watch. But they barely have to tell me anything, and it just goes so smoothly.
So what, they wouldn't have to tell you anything like that?
They wouldn't have to tell me anything. I would just say, like, is there anything I need to know? Because it's just to be safe.
Yeah.
Don't want that anyone getting caught in the crossfire, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's at the same time, it's good to just say, well, just in case. So, of course, you're also one of the trainers in the main stage wrestling school off the Calmore Road in Ballyfermot. What approaches do you take as a trainer in teaching new wrestlers into the business, and how rewarding is it for you?
I try to go about it by the way I would love to have been taught when I was coming up. The fact that, yes, you can be all serious business, but at the end result, everyone goes there because they want to learn moves. They want to learn how to wrestle, but most of the time they never get a chance to actually, like, do these things. So when I teach, I do say serious business, and then maybe the last half hour we'll have a bit of fun. right, do you need to try something? Do you want to work on something? Let's do it. And if I give little tidbits, could be just a little tweak there or change this. But if they listen to me and it works for them and they enjoy what they do, then it's very fulfilling, because I know that I've helped them come up with that idea, or I've helped them change their original plan to something that would make it better for them. So it's a nice feeling.
It's cool, man. So now let's talk about you as a fan now. So what who would be your favourite wrestlers, both growing up and right now?
Well, I grew up I'm a 90s kid, so obviously like The Rock and Austin were the hottest things ever. But there was so many lads around that time that were just unreal to watch. But Rock and Austin were always my favourites. Nowadays, I'm still a big fan of Chris Jericho, and I'm a really big fan of people that come up from the likes of NXT and actually do well. So we have Finn Balor he just won the title last week, but still, it just shows that someone like from Ireland can actually go there and do it. And we know Sheamus has done it, but it's nice to see that
it's more than just one person. Like,
it's more than one person. It's not just a once-off. Like the novelty is there. They're actually like looking at lads there. Ireland has some very good wrestlers here.
Yeah, still do with Bayern Irish, like, and if they give them the chance, like so. Do you have any long-term or short-term goals that you'd like to accomplish? Obviously not as a wrestler, but as a referee or a trainer.
As a referee, I would love to branch out and try and travel around the world and referee for different promotions.
Is there an outlet for that, do you find, or
it's very it's not the normal, like, for a wrestler where they just say, book me, I'm a wrestler, here's my portfolio. Whereas like a referee is more like, I don't know, I've worked at these promotions, but you really need someone, like a lot of people to basically say, this guy is a really good referee. So it's a lot harder for a referee to kind of get out of the country to do it. Because why would they hire me if they have people themselves?
Yeah, true. Who knows? You never know. And I finally must ask you now. So I'm going to draw this now based on the guys you've worked with, like, because I don't think it's we were talking about this question beforehand. About okay, well, let's just draw from who you know. If there was a dream match, and again, this is considering of people you've refereed before that you'd love to be a referee for, what would it be and why? It can be more than one match. They can have to pick one.
That makes it a bit easier.
Yeah. Don't put you on the spot with just one.
Nah, but there's quite a few. Now, obviously, I'd love to referee, just for my own reasons, a four-way match. Okay. Basically, and I'd have Vic Viper. I'd have Damien Corvin, Irish Dragon, and possibly I would have Jordan Devlin.
It's a very good match. There you go, Scrappermania 3. The dream match for that, like, so that's a pretty good one. So you can catch Foxy. He'll be part of the double header next weekend. Yes. First of all in Dolan's Bar in Limerick on Friday, September 9th, and then in the Dublin Fringe Festival on December 10th in the Spiegel tent, if I'm pronouncing Spiegel tent, excuse me, at the Marion Square, Dublin. So tickets are still available. You can find tickets for Limerick on nolans.ie and for the Fringe Festival on fringefest.com. So Foxy, it's been awesome having you come in. All the best and more, and thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming.